trinkets and doodads.
Bloody don't even know if he'll ever recover.
But we do know that anyone who goes charging into those shadows is dead.
So the plan is to do nothing. Let the Duke rot in prison while Baldurs Gate burns.
Far from it. We need a way into the times. I intend to find one. What I won't do is send any more of our people into the curse.
Any help from Jahira?
She wants the same thing we do.
Last night's best bargains, right here.
Dies. I wouldn't go that far. But her focus is on stopping the cult. I suspect she'd sacrifice anyone to achieve that. Daylight's doing her best.
That's curious.
We may know a way through.
Don't be shy. Have a gander at the finest stuff. Premium trinkets and doodads.
I could go for a good meal. No time to rest.
A long way to go still.
Take you.
Let's move.
Take it easy while you can. We'll keep the watch.
I didn't realize I had an audience. The true soul who's going to save us all. I'm Isabel. Pleased to meet you. Bully for us. We've been waiting, hoping against hope, for someone like you. Free from the Absolute's influence, yet able to walk among cultists. It's almost too good to be true. But I'd be a poor cleric indeed not to avail of a blessing when I see one. Let me guess. Jaheira's sent you to beg a protection spell off her favorite cleric. Perfect. It'll make you immune to the lesser effects of the Shadow Curse, which will get you closer to the towers. But there are places it won't help. Places where the curse is darker, stronger. The cultists are able to traverse even the deepest shadows, though. I don't know how. The Harpers are trying to figure it out.
Selûnite magic. Dark Lady, forgive me.
Good nose. Like a nasty little terrier. There is, actually. While you're busy in the towers, I'll be sure to... Wait. Do you hear that? Something's wrong.
Hello, Isabel.
Marcus, is that you? What's happened to you?
I've been blessed. You can be too. Come with me, and you can hear all about it from Ketheric himself.
He's a flaming fist. Or was. Came with the others when we created this haven.
And I thank you for your hospitality. True soul, my instructions are clear. Take the girl to Ketheric, alive.
Into your mind's eye, its instructions vivid in your mind. Nothing is more important than bringing the girl alive.
What's going on? If you have something to say, say it.
Pathetic. The Absolute sees all. Your treachery will be punished.
The Absolute. Of course. You can't believe them, Marcus. Ketheric will never give you whatever it is you've been promised.
He already has. Time to go, Isabel.
Moon Maiden,
tranquilizer.
Nothing important is ever easy.
Isabel! No! What in the nine hells happened? God spare us! Ketheric was planning our demise all along.
Listen closely, for there's very little time. Even if last light falls, you must destroy the cult of the Absolute. Their leader is a man called Ketheric Thorn. He resides in Moonrise Towers, and we found him to be impervious to the blade. And to magic to boot. Even so, you must find him. And you must kill him. As impossible as that task sounds, there must be a way to break the spell that makes him invincible. There are secrets in this ancient waste hidden from... But hark. Something stirs. It's happening. They'll all be taken by the shadows. Only by the grace of Isabel's spell will we be spared the same fate. We cannot hesitate. Not even for those we knew. Those we cared for. They're no longer who they were. still your hearts and steady your hands. To battle!
Just like
Do know
best
that anyone
bargain,
who goes
right
charging
here.
into those shadows is dead.
Please, be welcome. Have a drink.
My gods!
To your very good health. Well over a century old, and yet it hasn't lost a hint of flavor. Still not quite so sure about you, though. People tend to lose more than just flavor when illithids get their hands on them. I speak from experience. There's an air about you. Something alien. Answer me true and do not lie. The parasite is changing you, isn't it? Look around you. Good men, good women. Stranded here, 2 feet in the grave. If we're to survive, I have no choice but to trust you. Can I? Good. Because I'll cross your heart myself if you break it. I have every reason to be cautious. I've traced people like you. People with parasites in their brains. All the way here from Baldurs Gate. The cult of the Absolute is spreading through the city. Quietly, quickly, and with unsettling deliberation. We tracked them to this ancient village, only to be faced with a man we killed and buried over a century ago. Believe me, he was well and truly dead. I locked his corpse in the Thorn Mausoleum myself. He was a Sharan once. Took to building an army of dark justiciars beneath this very village. Alongside the local druids, we made it our business to see him deposed, dead and buried. But he's returned. Not only does General Ketheric Thorm live again, it seems he is no longer mortal. He has become, in fact, invincible. We met him on the road here, commanding an army of the Absolute, intent on destroying Baldurs Gate. I put an arrow through his eye myself, only to watch him pluck it out like a splinter. He healed right in front of me and chased us into the shadows. Things looked hopeless, but experience has taught me that no matter how bleak things look, there's always hope. You are that hope. Protected by your artifact, you can infiltrate his forces at Moonrise Towers, posing as a true soul. Find out what it is that makes him invincible, so we can strip him of his advantage. Once Ketheric is without his shield, the sword, together we assault his tower and put a final end to this blight. Any cure starts with understanding the disease. Whatever magic Ketheric's using to control these tadpoles, it must be at Moonrise. You're not our only secret weapon. Isobel, a faithful cleric of Selûne, and a light in the darkness. She cast the moon shield around the inn. It's the only reason we're still alive. She's upstairs in her chambers. Tell her I sent you, and she'll see you through the shadows safely.
Don't be shy. Have a gander at the finest stock.
Serve drinks, you little devil. Do it.
Please, stop shouting.
I'm not shouting.
Premium trinkets and doodahs.
Isabel's in her room upstairs. She'll be expecting you.
Copper for your thoughts? Let's hope Damon is as good as he seems. Once my engine's handled, I can focus on more important matters. Tadpoles, cults, frosty pints.
The Shadow Curse is upon us. As foul as I remember it. Perhaps even worse. But with the Oak Father's blessing, we may soon see it banished from these lands. this land is more than just soil and rock, root and leaf. It is a living being, in the form of a young fey boy, with the forest itself in his eyes. His name is Thaniel. I've met him in my meditations, but since the curse was unleashed, I have not felt his presence. He is its prisoner, I fear. And as long as he remains so, his domain will lie in darkness. But if we can find him, we can break the curse. If you learn anything of the Shadowfell, or of a boy with the forest in his eyes, find me at once. I can't be exact, unfortunately. Time and the Shadow Curse won't have been kind to any traces that would have been left behind. A living witness is unlikely, I'll admit. But perhaps there'll be an unliving witness, or some lingering echo of what we seek. Don't worry. If you find something, you will know it.
Well met. How can I help? She expects those who seek to use the weave to do so honestly, and with respect for its potential to destroy, as well as its potential to save. I doubt she's asked many of her followers to blow themselves up. That's a fate she's bequeathed exclusively to me. She wouldn't ask such a thing if it weren't our only means of survival. However much she's annoyed at me. Oh, you know me, ever the optimist. I'm trying to focus on the positives. Truth is, I was living on borrowed time already. Consuming those items would only have kept the orb sated for so long. If anything, I feel more at peace than I have in months. At least now I know my death will have purpose. It won't be a distant bang in the footnotes of history. No doubt she has the power to do so, but as for the permission, Ao would not look kindly on her meddling in mortal affairs. Divine intervention has a tendency to make things worse, not better. As for Elminster, he saved the realms more times than legend can recount. But to take on a god is no easy feat, even for him. My orb is the best chance we have, and only I can wield it. Ah, yes. Karsus. Karsus was perhaps the most powerful wizard that ever lived. The child who would be a god, the elves called him. And he tried. With a spell of his own devising, he endeavored to usurp in one fell swoop the power of the goddess of magic. Mistral, she was called then. Imagine what it must have felt like to be a god. To know yourself, to be untouchable, to be mistaken. As Karsus aimed his spell at her, she began to unravel, and with her, the entire weave. Too late did he realize what he had unleashed. It would have been the end of everything had not Mistral sacrificed herself. The goddess of magic is all magic. By dying, the entire weave was lost, and the spell that challenged a god failed. It was the end of Mistral. The end of Karsus and the end of an entire civilization. As the child who would be a god was turned to stone, his empire came crashing down around him. The floating cities of Netheril were no more. An event that came to be known as Karsus's folly. Loving them has its side effects as well. Now, so many centuries later, I try to follow in the footsteps of Karsus. Not to destroy Mistra, but to prove my love for her. tried to control only a fraction of the magic that was unleashed that fateful day. I merely sought to return one tiny diamond to an imperfect crown. Gale's folly, one might call it. History, repetition. It's the way things go.
You know, I've been catching myself smiling more lately. I think that's your fault. Difficult to say. A fellow servant of the Night Singer would surely be an ally to me under most circumstances. But something doesn't add up. I'll need to see where his allegiances truly lie. Very serious of you. But go ahead. I won't pretend that I don't know what you mean. Ever since we entered the Shadow Curse, I felt like something's calling to me. Some purpose that I need to find. Give me some time. If I can figure out whatever it is that I need to do, well, then there should be more time for us.
Scratch's tail wags enthusiastically. Scratch's tongue lolls out happily, his tail wagging even faster.
Ah, my good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you so much.
Yes?
Thou hast now a bosom companion. Take care that thou art not distracted on thy quest, seeking the comforts of the flesh. Recall that in time, all becomes dust and bone.
Last Light's best bargains, right here!
Far from it. We need a way into the towers.
That helped.
She wants to save Egypt. To save the city.
I suspect she'd sacrifice anyone to achieve that.
Don't be shy. Have a gander at the finest stock.
We can wait.
But Baldurs Gate can't.
If you have an alternative in mind, please do propose it. Patience. He may know a way through the curse.
We don't even know if he'll ever recover.
But we do know that anyone who goes charging into those shadows is dead.
So the plan is to do nothing.
keeping an eye on
Let the Duke rot in prison while Baldur's Gate burns.
Far from it. We need a way into the towers. I intend to find one.
He still won't speak. Just keeps going with the bloody song.
Nothing of use on his person.
His original writ of duty, signed by Eltan himself. Fella must be one of the very first Flaming Fist.
He must know something. Let's not give up on him yet.
Floric.
Hells. I know that voice. Will? In Timora's name, what happened to you?
The Hells have had their vengeance, and I doubt they are done with me.
Ye gods. Fate has no shortage of troubles to burden us with. We believe the cultists have taken your father to Moonrise Towers. I don't suppose you found a way in? I trust you will do everything you can to free the Duke. But in case you don't find a way, I'll be heading to Baldurs Gate to seek reinforcements. The Council sent a carrier pigeon with news that the city has been dealing with absolutist attacks. The Steel Watch is holding strong. I'll request that Lord Gortash send some of them to aid in the fight against Moonrise. The curse won't harm them.
Holy shit. That's my old boss. The guy who sold me to Zariel.
Gortash, as in Enver Gortash. Last I knew, he was a minor player in city affairs.
A lot's changed since you left Baldur's Gate, Will. Gortash has gained considerable influence since then. The Steel Watch are the future of warfare. Gondian automatons that can be sent into battle without risking any lives, except those of our enemies. Lord Gortash had only completed work on the prototypes before Ravengard and I left for Elturel, but even they were formidable. With the Steel Watch at our backs, we can storm the tower whatever Ketheric throws at us, I'm sure of it. I'll do my best, but there's every chance I'll fall to the curse or the cult before I reach the city. Don't count on me and assume no aid is coming. Work with Jaheira. That Harper's mind is as sharp as her blade. Follow her guidance. Farewell. We'll meet again, God's willing.
So Gortash is a lord now. I'd like to clap eyes on this Steel Watch of his. You already know the story. I was Gortash's bodyguard, loyal as they come, when he made the deal with Zariel. She got a test subject for her infernal engine. I never found out what he got. This is the kind of man who gets a title. Authority. Makes me sick. The city. Baldurs Gate. Home. I can almost taste it, you know. Not even Gortash can spoil that.
See what we see.
The journey back to Baldur's Gate won't be easier, but your task here is harder still. Timora be with you.
We're discussing fist business, and you're no fist.
Heard you're meant to be heading toward the towers. Not sure I'd call it that myself. This fellow's in no condition to help anyone. That makes you our best bet. Hope it's a good one.
Flame Colour. That's your name, isn't it? Art Colour? I'm Fistula.
Nathaniel and me are climbing up a tree.
We need you, sir. One of our own's been taken, a Grand Duke. You might know something that could help us bring him back. We found him out in the shadows, just wandering. Nothing survives out there for long. Don't know how he made it, or where he came from.
This is no physical ailment. It is a spiritual malaise. The man's mind has been gripped by the Shadowfell, yet it has not broken.
Really? Could you bring him here? You'd be glad of the help, wouldn't you, sir? Oh, if you know how to get through to him, don't hesitate.
Daniel.
You notice nothing that might indicate a prognosis. You can't determine the nature of his ailment.
We are living. We are dead. Two of us safe to the end.
Without a reminder of who he is, of what he held dear, his mind will remain lost to the darkness. His fingertips sport calluses and toughened skin, as if from manual labor, or playing a stringed instrument, perhaps.
This was in his pocket. He doesn't seem to have any reaction to it now, but he held on to it for 100 years anyway. If he does, he isn't sane.
What's that in your pocket, sir?
Fearsome black and red. We are living. They are dead. Two of us safe to the end.
So he was at the House of Healing. Wonder what he found.
Daniel and me are monsters snuffling and stalking in the shade where we are walking.
No, not till I met Art, anyway. It seems to be all he remembers. Thank you.
You wish to speak? He is? Then I must see him. Insensible or not, he knows something. I will go to see him at once. Join me when you can.
Daniel and me do just what we please together, waiting for the sun forever. Monsters snuffling and Daniel and me are climbing up a tree.
It's true then. He's met Daniel. There's no other way he'd know that name. This is just what we needed. Well done. We need to wake him. He must know something about where to find Daniel. If he was able to escape the Shadowfell, then it mustn't have managed to consume his spirit. Well, not all of it anyway. We need to unlock whatever's left of him, inside his head. There must be something to trigger him. A word, a memory, an item. We just need to find it. Without Daniel, no. And I don't know how I can find him without speaking to this man. I don't deserve you, my friend.
We are fearsome, black and red. We are living. They are dead. Two of us safe too.
He keeps saying Daniel's name. He must know more. We need to rouse him.
Isabel's in her room upstairs. She'll be expecting you.
Your move, Maul.
You trapped me? I didn't even want to take this one.
Kalimshan rules, dear. The first piece touched is the first piece moved.
That's garbage! No matter where the night goes, I'm gonna lose it!
Then make the sacrifice useful. Guard your Mistra, or come for my Cyric.
What's going on here?
Look who made it! For once, I saved your butt out there, didn't I? We're square now, Chief. Say, do you play lance ball by any chance? It's my first time playing.
The keen gleam in Maul's eyes reveals the lie. She knows the game well, and she wants to win.
Sure, and I'm Zariel's firstborn. Don't be distracting me. Hells, thought I had you.
They always do. You came close, though. All you needed was a dash more courage. You will remember that, won't you? When you consider my offer. What a lovely specimen she is. A blushing apple begging to be plucked.
Please let me smack this creep.
She might have won, you know. If you hadn't been so hell-bent on exposing my truer nature. To play the game. The vast lance board of souls. But don't you worry about Moll. It goes without saying she still has the unconditional freedom to choose the only option she has left. Besides, I do enjoy being in this neighborhood again. It has such a rich history of abject tragedy. And tragedy, my friend, well, there's my bread and bloody butter. Why spoil it? It's all out there, waiting to be discovered. You never know what you might find if you just dig a little deeper. She lost. She is lost. It's only a matter of time before the apple is plucked. But enough about my lesser pursuits. Why bother with trifles when I'm in the illustrious presence of my very favorite client? Tell me, oh apple of my eye, how have you been? You don't have any gills to get green around yet, but you do look a little worse for wear in this light. Splendid. And yet, I have this picture in my head of you tossing and turning in the middle of the night, thinking strange things, dreaming strange dreams. And there's this little voice inside of you asking, is this my will, or is it the worms? But you have no answer, and no way of knowing. The good thing is, though, there's only one little voice you really should listen to. Mine. See you soon.
A blushing apple begging to be plucked? Raphael's angling for the girl's soul. We should at least try. The girl's as bold as a lamb cavorting in a lion's den. But I think she's clever enough to flee before the jaws close around her neck. One way or another, she'll see there's no winning Raphael's game, and she'll walk away. Then Raphael collects another trophy, and Moll sells her independence to the hells. You've seen what happens when a bound soul reaches for freedom. I can't imagine what cruel penance Moll would pay if she were ever to resist that fell bastard. Then we know our mission. All roads converge at moonrise. I was 11 when the Councillor spotted and slayed an assassin who stalked Father from the shadows. I was 13 when she brought word of a goblin warband advancing on Rivington. Her keen scouting saved 100 lives that day. The Councillor's loyalty to my father is beyond question. She's as steady as Tyr's heartbeat, as upstanding as the Sword Mountains. Father's at Moonrise Towers, and we need to save him.
Ah, you. Out of one, really. It took a bit of nimble footwork to make it through the darkness uncursed. Luckily, I found this place. As have you. Welcome to the club. There are deep gnomes being held in Moonrise Towers. One of them is my friend, Wulbren. If he's there, I plan to find him. You wouldn't even know what he looks like. Then again, my track record is, well, discouraging. That's very decent of you. Very decent of you indeed. But I won't stand idle. I've spotted an alchemist's scales, and had already been cooking up a little something that might help against those cultists. I'll get to work on the brilliant retort. You get to work at the towers. Deal? A new type of smoke powder. All the bang and boom of the original, but with an extra surprise. Guaranteed to end any and all arguments or protestations. Very good. Very good. Very good indeed. Now, you, off to your heroism, as it were. Some of us are counting on you.
Perimeter's clear, Mom.
Premium. What can I get you?
I'm not supposed to mention it to anyone, but I do have something pretty special in stock. A key. What does it look like? What does it open? What treasures await behind its lock? That's for one lucky buyer to find out. Maul gave it to me and said I shouldn't let it go to just any old jackaday. I mean, maybe. I guess it is kind of old. Here. Birds of a feather.
Last night's best bargains right here. What can I get you?
I'm alive, ain't I? What's not to like?
Don't be shy. Have a gander at the stock.
Oh, you're all right. Thank goodness. I was worried they'd got you too. It wasn't the curse that did us in. We were ambushed out in the darkness by cultists. We surrendered, but that wasn't enough for them. They lined us up like dogs. Icaron was with the kids, telling them it was going to be all right. Maybe that's why they picked him. Told him to kneel. They took his eyes first, then his tongue. Roland, of all people,
saved us. He said he stayed in the grove because of you. And I'm damn glad of it. Without him, well, none of us would be here. I don't know. It just happened so quickly. How do you do it? How do you keep going? You're made of sterner stuff than me, then. You've done so much for us already. But I have to ask. The others might still be out there. If they're not dead, they're in Moonrise. And gods have mercy on anyone in that hell's pit. Thank you. If anyone can manage it, you can. Just be careful up there, all right? I can't handle anyone else dying.
My best bargains right here.
Thought you'd be 10 yards tall the way Zevlor spoke of you. Ceres, Scout. Seems we missed one another at the Grove, but the others told me how you helped us. A pity. You pulled them from one death trap, only for me to land them in this one. Aye, and more than half the others with him. We were ambushed, out in the cursed lands. Cultists of this absolute. Zevlor froze, begged us to surrender. But they were toying with us, making examples. And we'd had enough of taking it. Those of us who cut free just kept running till we found this place. The others... maybe the cult got them. Maybe the curse. This army of the Absolute is growing and flowing towards Moonrise. There's worse than goblins on the roads now. I thought we might pass unnoticed along the fringes of this place, escape the owlbear by hiding in its shadow, so to speak. You can see exactly how well that went. Zevlor had hope. It didn't save him. A little sense will serve us better, I think. But... thanks. It was sweet of you to try.
They're the finest stock.
There's another bottle of Arabellan Dry back there. Put it on the bar, then piss off and leave me alone.
Jaheira said we should serve drinks, but that we shouldn't serve drunks.
Jaheira didn't save your ragged little tail from the cultists. I did. I'd rather drown than talk to a sanctimonious prick like you. If you're here to save the day again, you're a little late this time. I tried. Maybe she'll write a ballad about me. She can leave out the part where my brother and sister were dragged away screaming while I was saving the orphans. If you hadn't filled their heads with all that self-righteous, heroic crap at the Grove, none of this would have happened. Dead for all I know. Or in the cult's tower with the others who were taken. They're my responsibility. You go save the world. Or your own arse. Or whatever it is you do. I'll fix this.
Premium trinkets and doodahs.
I tried telling Mr. Roland that he'd had enough too. He didn't like it then either.
If this is about Roland, go away! He acts like he wished we weren't here. Like he wished he hadn't saved us. And now we're just trying to save him from drinking himself stupid. Yeah, he did save us after all. Anyway, it's his loss. I found this book. Old, dusty, full of strange lettering. Pretty sure it's magic. I was gonna give it to Roland so he could learn new spells, you know? Beats drinking till he forgets the ones he knows. Maybe. Thanks for talking and stuff.
Last night's best bargains, right here.
Seems someone's been skimming our supplies. Is anyone keeping an eye on those children from El Torel? Maybe not harm.
Yeah. There's more where that came from. Wish we had stolen or steal. I wish we had a bloody arm. You Graven guards still alive? He better be, or I'm a dead man walking. Those ones we can put up a fight with.
Please, I just want to be alone. Don't shout at me! I'm sorry, it's just... cultists. It was so dark. I didn't realize until the children started screaming. They rounded us up. Cut us up. Said they were taking whoever could still walk to Moonrise Towers. I managed to get away. But my love... Dennis... Martin Dor, Roshan... I've always been good at running. Unlike Dennis, I didn't realize one day our lives would depend on it. I just wish I could have said goodbye. Do you really think so? By the gods, I hope you're right. I wish I hadn't let go of him.
It's hard to imagine him making it after everything that happened. But if you find him, it would mean the world to me. I can't. I can't.
You mean to reach Moonrise, and I've orders to help you. The path to the towers is drenched in blackness so deep even a torch cannot quell it. Yet the cultists have found a way to move freely. Whatever this method, you must claim it. A cultist convoy crosses the land as we speak. I've readied an ambush. Say the word, and we fly. My feet are planted deep till you return, but don't tarry. The greater the opportunity, the shorter its visit. Comes. Move quick. Move quietly.
See any movement out there?
Too dark to tell.
He was joking this morning. Jonas, I mean. He was always joking. He said it was good for morale, but he just liked seeing people laugh. He was a good harper. A good friend. We were comrades in arms. I thought we could have been something more one day, but too late now. I don't know, and I never will. I'm sorry. I'd like to be alone.
He's lucky to have you watching over him. Thank you.
Ain't my neck of the woods.
Should have trusted my gut instead of asking for help. Nothing personal. But Raphael's offered me a partnership already, and it seems like a sweeter deal than throwing my lot in with you.
No, kid. No.
You aren't joking. I kind of believe him more now than I did a minute ago. Poison? Sure. You must love the taste of it. He seems to know you pretty well. Do as I say, not as I do, right? Got a lot of that from Zev, too, and he was a walking pile of imp shite at the end of the day. Zevlor couldn't save everyone. It's my job to look after those who survived. Now there's no grove, no coin, no one taking us to the city. I'm not letting my crew get eaten by shadows. Maybe I'll make a deal, maybe I won't. But it'll be my choice, not the devil's, and not yours.
Don't be shy. Have a gander at the finest stock.
One of the worst things about getting old. Watching kids make the same exact mistakes you made. And knowing there's absolutely nothing you can say to change their mind. Then again, Mol's a hell of a lot smarter than I was at that age. Maybe she'll figure it out. Hope you're right. I'll keep an eye on her anyway. Doesn't hurt to have a beefy auntie on your side, right?
Last night's best bargains right here.
I didn't realize I had an audience. The true soul who's going to save us all. I'm Isabel. Pleased to meet you. Myself and Our Lady are doing what we can to hold the line. I hear you and your tadpole will be our offense. Free from the Absolute's influence, yet able to walk among cultists. It's almost too good to be true. But I'd be a poor cleric indeed not to avail of a blessing when I see one. Let me guess. Jaheira's sent you to beg a protection spell off her favorite cleric. Perfect. It'll make you immune to the lesser effects of the Shadow Curse, which will get you closer to the towers. But there are places it won't help. Places where the curse is darker, stronger. The cultists are able to traverse even the deepest shadows, though. I don't know how. The Harpers are trying to figure it out.
Selûnite magic. Dark Lady, forgive me.
Good nose. Like a nasty little terrier. Ketheric is a frightening man. But you have something he doesn't. Allies worth having. While you're busy in the towers, I'll be sure to... Wait. Do you hear that? Something's wrong.
Hello, Isabel.
Marcus, is that you? What's happened to you?
I've been blessed. You can be too. Come with me, and you can hear all about it from Ketheric himself. True soul, my instructions are clear. Take the girl to Ketheric, alive.
What's going on? If you have something to say, say it.
Pathetic. The Absolute sees all. Your treachery will be punished.
The Absolute. Of course. You can't believe them, Marcus. Ketheric will never give you whatever it is you've been promised.
He already has. Time to go, Isabel.
Moon Maiden,
excellent fertilizer.
Let's cook with fire, baby.
Have to keep going.
2 steps at a time.
Smell blood. Close ranks.
Heading there. Death won't take me yet.
Another parasite. Collect it. It might be useful.
Isabel, are you all right?
I'm fine.
Marcus has been with us since the start. They've been tracking us this whole time. And that was no random attack. You were the target, Isabel. They know how important you are. But they don't know about you. Ketheric will strike again. We need you to strike first. Discover the source of his invulnerability. Make him mortal so we can make him bleed. Good luck.
We're in more danger than I knew. If something happens to me, everyone in this inn is dead. Like that. Why does a man like him do anything? Power, spite, some kind of twisted personal morality. I can understand why he'd want me dead. Without me keeping the curse at bay, everyone in this inn, everyone intent on killing him, is dead too. As for why he'd want to take me alive, I don't know. And I don't want to find out. Now that we have you, I hope I won't have to. No mercy. For Ketheric will have none on you. End this.
ask someone else.
What other sins have you been cooking up?
Is anyone keeping an eye on those children from Elmira?
We don't even know the way to Moonrise. I don't know, guys.
It's fine. Jahira won't even notice we're gone.
Good.
I know, but we need a plan. No one but us.
Climbing up the tree and we see what we
Already. But we don't even know the way to Moonrise. That's why we should leave now.
I sold a pair of boots to that traitor. Can't believe it. Take care now.
Your Graven Guard's still alive, you reckon? Aren't we all? Good man.
Jahira wants to know about supplies. Will we make it home?
Just about.
This place gives me the creeps.
At least things have stayed interesting.
better be, or I'm a dead man walking.
Aren't we all?
Not as long as we can put up a fight, we're not.
Good man.
Too dark to tell.
They're close. Watching us.
Here.
I wish we'd gear up and head out. All this standing around is making me antsy.
Got to have a plan first. Got to trust Jaheira to come up with one.
I wish we had a bloody army.
I do.
And that's why we're still standing around.
It ain't pretty, but it can take.
It'll need to. Cleric's magic won't
This
hold
place
up
gives me the
darkness
creeps.
Seen alleyways in Baldurs Gate that are plenty worse in their way.
Yeah?
Heapside narrows at nighttime. 2 steps in, and you're likely to become some dagger's new sheath.
Ain't my neck of the woods.
Count your lucky stars.
God's blood, this is heavy.
It's for a good cause.
Aye. Our asses.
Your Graven Guard's still alive, you reckon?
He better be, or I'm a dead man walking.
Aren't we all?
Not as long as we can put up a fight, we're not.
Up there.
Good man.
Too dark to tell.
I bet they're close. Watching us.
Come on, let's go.
No time to dally.
A hero at heart.
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
I wish we'd gear up and head out. All this standing around is making me antsy.
Got to have a plan first.
Wish we had
Got to trust Jaheira to come up with one.
I don't.
I do.
And that's why we're still standing around.
How's the barricade coming along?
It ain't pretty, but it can take a beating.
It'll need to.
This place gives me the creeps.
Cleric's magic won't hold out.
Seen alleyways in Baldurs Gate that are plenty worse in their way.
Yeah?
Heapside narrows at nighttime. 2 steps in, and you're likely to become some dagger's new sheath.
Ain't my neck of the woods.
Count your lucky stars.
God's blood, this is heavy.
It's for a good cause.
Aye. Our asses.
Your Graven Guard's still alive, you reckon?
He better be, or I'm a dead man walking.
Aren't we all?
see any movement out there.
These hoppers
Too dark to tell.
won't be waiting long.
I bet they're close. Watching us.